front clip off in one piece. Went ahead and pulled the blue truck in, cotton, the body. So I'm gonna start trying to get the bed bolts off. I did turn on them a little bit. They're spinning, of course, so I'm gonna have to cut them out. So I'll be working on that. Well, if you're wondering where I'm at in the time lapse, here it is. There's no weight on this thing, and mixed with bald tread, it just spun right in the yard. So now I'm pulling it out with a tractor. Well, I'm sure I put a little clip in there about that. That took something simple and turned it into interesting, I'll put it that way. I guess no weight mixed with old bald tires. It got stuck in the yard. First time I tried to move it. Now given it's been raining for a while, so the yard was wet. And now I've got to fix that. But the old tractor helped me out. So got it back in the shop. Now I'm going to try to get this old stuff off. Hopefully I can reuse some of this fuel tank. I'll have to clean it up and see what kind of shape it's in. Looks like I'm definitely going to need some hardware. But we'll go from there. Hey, I found my brake leak. Alright, well, that's it now. I got the bed off. Bed's out here. Put it on the time lapse, but put it out here, put it a little bit towards the center so that hopefully I can tilt this up and access underneath of it before I put the bed back on. I could treat it and maybe even throw a little bit of preventative paint or something on it. But got that off with the help of my wife. And now to start on this. Got the camera inside and got kind of carried away. So here's kind of a in between the next time I get the big camera out. I got the hood off and everything and going through and taking the wiring out, you know, just disassembling the front end so I can take this front piece off. And I got to this air snout that was hooked up here. And I was wondering why it sounded kind of funny when I fired it up. Looks like the rat got the best of me. I'm get a plastic bag and see if I can get this stuff out. Hopefully I don't find any live critters. But it was still running. Y'all saw it. And she's packed in there. This is why car guys and car people hate mice. Oh, good. Looks like my temperature valve stopped him from going any further. It was just to right there. So that's good. Got some insulation back for my cab. Well, I got a little carried away and forgot the camera the other night when I got the front clip off. But got the front clip off now. Just bolted the bottom of the fender. One up top right here behind the door. One going straight down. I left the inner fender wells on when I took it off. So the only other thing I had to do, other than of course getting the wiring and everything out, was the radiator support on both sides. Of course, same thing on this side. 1, 2, 3. I probably should have taken the bumper off. It would have been a lot easier. But me and a friend came. I had a friend come over. He helped me. He was on one side, I was on the other, and we kind of lifted it out here at an angle. Put this 2x4 across the top to kind of give it a little bit of strength as we were moving it. So I got the whole front clip off in one piece. Kind of saved me from having to take this whole fender apart with all the bolts that go down the bottom. There's a couple of them on the inside, and then the fender wells were able to stay on. So now I got a bunch of blue truck parts out here. I got one blue truck part left to take off, and that's going to be the cab. So head run up to the mailbox. Perfect timing. The two rears body mounts are being stubborn. It looks like they're just like bolted into some clips that are kind of hidden in the body. It's not a through bolt like the front or the bed was. So thinking that I would probably run into this issue, I ordered some new Sawzall blades. It just came in. Oop, they were down in the mailbox. So I'm going to give these a try. I've got some Diablo Steel Demon 6-inch thick metal carbide teeth. So give these a try and see how they do. Yeah, those were definitely worth it. I would get a set. Had to lift the truck up a little bit to get away from the rubber. This is why she looks a little burnt up right there. But once I got the rubber away, I could actually get to the metal, what it's designed for. Shoot, it went through it so fast, I almost came back around and got myself on it. So definitely a good purchase. I would get you some. I think I'm gonna call it for the day there. Got all 4 of the cab mounts undone. The truck is, well, take my word for it. The truck's loose from the body mounts. The next thing I have to do is the speedo cable. I'll probably unhook from the transmission, leave it with the cab because I'll reuse that. And then I got to figure out best way to loosen up and take off the emergency brake cable. One little clip on this side for the shift linkage, or the clutch pedal, I'm sorry, clutch pedal. And then the last thing after that will be taking the shifter off. So it's like maybe one more day after work tinkering with this thing. I should have the cab up in the air, frame out of the way. So making progress. Good morning, Saturday morning. Getting ready to eat me a little bit of breakfast here, and instead of doing a time lapse, I guess I'm just going to work and then come back and show you what I did. Let's try that out. All right, pulling the e-brake cable. Of course, I've got the foot parking brake way up in there. The cable comes through and attaches to the pedal. This little clip here kind of looks like a Mickey Mouse head. I pulled that off first. That holds the cable up. Then underneath the truck, this is just under the driver's side, the adjustment for the emergency brake cable. Once I got that loosened up, that gave me the room I needed to see if I can get you in there. There's a rubber grommet that goes through, I guess, the lower firewall. So I took a screwdriver and pushed that grommet through the front of the truck, driver's side. I guess you can see it up in there. Hopefully you can. Where the grommet slides through, pulled the cable out. That's the grommet and the cable. So that little piece came out of the foot brake assembly. This was the grommet that was going through the firewall, and all of it just slid out. That's where that initial, like, Mickey Mouse looking clip was in there that I pulled out. All that is attached to the frame way up in there, so to take the cab off, that's all I had to do for the emergency brake. Now, I guess I'm going to do the speedometer cable, which is going to be, for me, the transmission right there. It looks like it's just a screw-on type fitting, and I will unscrew it from there. I think I have everything unhooked on the passenger side. Oh, I just forgot something other than these heater hoses. Well, now, cab's off. As you saw, slowly, but got the cab off on the floor. Now I have access to the fuel system, the tanks, a lot easier, all the components. It is a little crowded in the shop. I got one little spot I can get through back there and pretty close up here, so I'm gonna go probably take this bumper off and the rear bumper off first. That way, I mean, shoot, just the rear bumper will give me another foot almost. And I can move this thing around the shop a little bit better. Not sure if it's the same time as I'm making this cut, but hope you're enjoying this content. Trying to film it the best I can. It's just a mix between actual working and then filming and constantly having to move the cameras to get better footage for you guys. But I'm trying. Hopefully it's getting better and you're enjoying it. But like it, subscribe, leave a comment. It helps with the algorithm. Appreciate it.